This is a Printelligence product briefing on XMPie Circle. We defined a campaign using Circle in Video 1. Now let's see how you could build it using other XMPie products and services. I'll link my new campaign into my XMPie server to get a data source, variables list, plan file, and so forth. Linking into an XMPie server means that everything, print pieces, emails, and web pages, all share the same data, campaign logic, and resources. This ensures consistency and relevance across each and every touchpoint and prevents errors and inconsistencies from creeping into the campaign. This isn't terribly difficult, but it is also not terribly interesting to watch. So I'll open another instance of my wedding invitation campaign which already has content behind it. As before, I have a print piece, an email invite, and an email reminder. All of these have links to an RSVP page. I've also added the wedding event itself. How could I have forgotten that? Along with a thank you for attending piece to be mailed after the event. Adding the actual events is something rather new for Circle, and it is incredibly valuable because it lets you generate triggers and stops based on dates before or after your wedding, store opening, or sales event dates, instead of relying on fixed dates you need to calculate yourself. This is a huge improvement over the earlier version, but more on this later. Since I've linked this to my XMPie server, this is now a real, functional campaign. Circle provides a nice interface for me, but I can also open the covers to the back end to see touchpoints, personalized web page, variables, data sources, assets, fonts, and so forth. All this is, however, hidden behind the scenes for my clients, who can see how the campaign will really function through the now familiar Circle interface that made the sale. Let's see how they would use it. Circle can provide a sample fictitious recipient list used by the XMPie servers to generate sample elements using VDP on demand to present the results without requiring the campaign to be live or any end-user technical abilities. I'll click on Jenna and generate a personalized print invitation in real time. I can see the layout, personalization, and even the QR code linking to her personalized web page. I can try this with Mary to see the differences. These print pages were designed using InDesign and linked into the system. I can do the same for email. Circle lets me set all the parameters such as the header, recipient list, email date, and so forth. I can import email templates and view and edit them using the online editor, or I can go all the way down to the HTML code if I want, and I can preview samples of how emails will appear in both desktop and mobile formats. I can set up, edit, and preview the reminder email, which will be sent to non-responders in the same way, as well as the thank you for attending email. Let me reiterate that Circle is letting both my clients and I use the same interface we used to develop this campaign to preview samples of how each element will appear with sample data just by clicking on that element in Circle. And finally, I can preview the RSVP web page for different recipients. These HTML sites can be single pages or complex microsites, and can be created by whatever editor designers want to use. They are linked to a QR code in the print piece and to a hot link in the emails. Designers can change anything and everything on these pages, including HTML elements like forms with radio buttons, checkboxes, pull-down menus, and so forth. So we have defined our campaign structure and have added the content. Next, we'll need to set up the distribution and timing.